Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. After school, my voice is cracking. And I'm a mess today. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know what? I got 4 staff members here, and we're doing a little project, and they're putting a smile in my face when I need it, and that's what's important. So they're gonna introduce themselves and tell you what they do, or maybe I should tell you what they don't do, because a lot of people do extra stuff here. So we'll start off with this young lady over here. She's barely 18. What do you do here?
Hi, I'm JC, and I am a group leader for 7-year-olds, and I'm also a tutor.
Okay. She's tutoring your little children. Make sure they know how to spell their name right and all that stuff. Next.
I am Nicole, and I teach art and pottery
Bad Bunny
to
baby.
all ages.
That's my Bad Bunny baby. And last but not least.
I'm Dali, and I'm the STEM specialist.
Dolly gives them all the experiments, messes up all the clothes, and all that stuff. So if your kid is taking baking soda from your house, it's because Dolly needs it for a project. That's the way they do it here. Sometimes you have to take from home and bring over here. Thank you guys for doing the podcast. It's a lot going on. I know this is a new year after school, new staff, a lot of things. I have a new room. I got new equipment. And I don't know if I should drop that little note to somebody.
Oh, he throwing sauce.
Yeah, I'm throwing a little smoke on the side. A little smoke on the side in case you listen to it. But we make do with what we got. Should we go into tell me a little bit about yourself? How do you get there? Let's start with you, JC. How you want to go? Let's go with JC. JC's. How do you come to work at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club? Let's get the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have a really busy schedule. So
No, I'm not saying how you come here. How do you get to work here? What made you work in Kips Bay?
Well, I was an intern at first.
That's what I'm talking about. What else?
And then I just, really liked what I did. Really liked the money. So I tried my best, and then I got hired eventually.
Okay, so you worked hard as an intern. People saw that you had some love, and they needed you, and they gave you a little job. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The money comes with it. Nicole got a history.
I do.
I don't know if we have enough time for this. But Nicole, tell them your history, because it's important.
Yes, it is. So I came here when I was 9 and 10 years old when the summer camp first opened, way back when, and then I came back when I was 15 to be a volunteer.
Yes.
So
That's when I met you, right? 15?
Yeah, when I was 15. So I did volunteer work for 3 years from when I was 15 until I turned 18.
I want people to understand she volunteered, which meant she wasn't getting paid. You understand what I'm saying? She came for 3 years and didn't get paid. She got a lot of experience.
I did.
And probably gave a couple of things here. I'm pretty sure they gave you a gift card and bought you lunch or something. But she wasn't getting paid. She came here on her own. Thank you, Nicole. I didn't want to cut you off, but continue, please.
Yeah, so then I did volunteer work here for 3 years until 2020. And then I became a staff at 18. And I've been here ever since. But I've done a lot of things. So I started as a floater, became a group leader, then became the art specialist, then art and pottery specialist. Yeah.
She's been around. Everybody's laughing at you right now. She has 17 jobs and she was only 17. Well, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for letting us know. Next, Dolly, how do you come working here at Kips Bay? How did we get you? Where you came from? What are you doing?
Okay.
What's your name?
All right. So I was job hunting.
Okay.
And I saw that they were hiring for a tutor. And I had tutoring experience to my past jobs, and in high school I did a lot of internships. So I started off as a tutor here.
Gotcha.
And then over the summer they asked me if I wanted to try and be the STEM specialist. And I did that, and I really liked it, so I started being the STEM specialist.
All right. So you moved on the ladder quick.
Yeah.
Can I tell people how I started? I don't even know how I started. I actually came here because a friend of mine used to work here. He was a head maintenance guy, and he was like, "Yo, you want to come work with me?" And I was like, "All right, cool." So I came. I just left my job. I had a job for like 28 years, and I just decided like I'm done with it. I'm out. So he was like, "Okay, well, if you want to come work here," so I did. I worked maintenance for about 5 days, and then they put me at the front desk, and I worked at the front desk for like a year. And then by that point, I was like, look, you're wasting your money if you're gonna keep me here for a year. I could do a lot of other things. And then I moved around. I went to every department. I've worked in every department. I've been a group leader. I've been a supervisor. I've been assistant director. I've been all that crap until now. What I do is digital arts. So this is where my home is at right now: podcasting, film, and photography. So been here for a long time. Got to meet you guys. Some of you a little longer than others, but that's my background. Plus, I come from another program that was kind of similar, Upward Fund, and I was part of it when I was younger, when I was in my teens and 20s, and some of us come from there. My friend Jared, gym teacher, gym specialist, he comes from there. His family comes from there, and we were in that program, and we always know we learned a lot from this gentleman called, may he rest in peace now, Dr. Kit. As male figures, we're really well. Um, I don't know who's calling me, but Martha Franklin. Yeah, sorry, I can't talk to you right now. We learned a lot that sometimes we could give back to our community just by being good role models, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here, to be a good role model for somebody else. That's it. And I'm a dad of 3 kids. So today's podcast, we went deep already. Today's
We did.
podcast, I wanted to just talk to maybe more adults about just what goes on in life, what's on your mind. And right now, I have something different on my mind. I'm thinking about health and mental health and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get your input on that. Anybody could jump in. I don't know who has a longer story, but then I'll tell you why I'm thinking about that. I think Nicole takes some of this.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a long story. Health and mental health is very important to me because I have a very interesting story about something that happened to me,
Okay.
which is a reason why I stopped coming here for a period of time.
Oh, we get some tea.
In that summer of 2019. So I had a huge cyst in my spleen, which was potentially gonna rupture,
I think
and so I spent a lot of time in the hospital.
I think Martha Falcon wants to be on my podcast. I want to put her up real quick. Let me blow up. I will be picking you up. Hello? All right, hold on a second. Somebody, I gotta put you on my podcast. Who's
Yeah,
this?
this is the furniture tech.
Hey, what's going on, furniture guy?
How you doing? Just calling you. I should be to you in like 20, 25 minutes.
All right, cool. I'll call my wife right now. Thank you.
All right.
All
Hey, I meant to ask you, do you know what the issues going on with the?
Yeah, the furniture, the recliner just doesn't open or close, and it's
It doesn't open or close.
yeah, the buttons are not working properly.
Did they send you anything through the mail or no?
Nothing.
You said no.
No.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right, can you give your wife a call? Make sure she's home.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Sound like they need to give you a refund if your recliner is not opening or closing.
Opening. Bob's Furniture is about to get Bob's Furniture right back. They keep playing with me. I pay that extra money so I can make sure my furniture never gets messed up. Oh, I do text my wife while you're giving me a story. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
So you had like technically an operation, right?
Yeah.
So you had an operation, so that
Yeah.
put you, that sidelined you for a while.
Yeah, I was in the ICU.
Was
for a
it
while.
like scary? Was it like really scary for you and your family?
It was because it was unexpected. It wasn't something that you hear a lot about. It was very rare, and we had been monitoring the cyst for a couple of years, but we never expected for the surgery to amount to all that it did. When I was in surgery, there was a lot of complications. My epidural, which was supposed to administer anesthesia, wasn't working, and my lungs, there was a problem. I had to have so many different things done to me in the ICU. I couldn't breathe properly. My lungs were not functioning well. So it was just a lot. And then after I left the ICU, they moved me down to the hematology floor, which is like a lot of cancer patients are there. And I was waiting to get my results back about whether the cyst was like malignant or benign.
That's a lot
So-
going on.
It was a lot to go through and a scary time.
Well, thank you for sharing your story, but more importantly, thank you for taking care of yourself and for being here now. Because if it wasn't for whatever reason you went to the doctor, it could have been even worse. So thank you for that. So we get to joke with you and see your smile and all that stuff. Anybody else want to share?
Okay, so basically last year,
Oh,
basically last year it was like a really tough year for me. Towards the end of the year,
was it because of the pandemic or just in general?
my father had passed away December
Oh,
2021.
sorry to hear that.
So basically, it was a little bit after the pandemic. Like, the pandemic didn't really affect me. I didn't really get it, I was surprised because I get sick very easily. So I didn't get it. So I was like really
Oh,
shocked.
maybe you wasn't in the streets. Some people were in the streets. Maybe your mom was like, "Nah, you ain't going out there. As
She
long as
very
you
much
wasn't in the
was.
streets, so you're good."
So yeah, and then the pandemic, it really did change me as a person though, because I did get to enjoy time by myself. I enjoyed hobbies like I now like to play in my PlayStation. I like reading, like being alone most of the time. So that like really helped me. And then in December everything was going well, and then in December my father had passed away, so then I had to like rush over there to DR, and it was really tough for me because when I do feel a type of way, like I don't really like when people like come up to me and like be like, "Are you okay?" Because then I just get more
Yeah, some
sentimental.
people don't like that.
And then like I like knowing that people are there for me, but I just don't like being
You don't like
babyish.
using it. Yeah, you don't like using like, oh yeah, if I had to reach out to somebody, I could type of thing.
Yeah,
I'm a lot that. I'm a
exactly,
lot like that
exactly.
also.
I like knowing that there's people I could go to if I do, but I just need my space sometimes. And then it was really hard for me because I have a big family and there was nowhere for me to go. Like,
No,
there's
nowhere to
always
hide.
somebody.
Yeah, nowhere to hide.
Exactly.
Somebody already know it.
Yeah.
Oh, how you feel about your dad not being here? And then that just gets you more upset.
Exactly. And every time I would be there, they were like, "Oh my God, like, he was a good man and stuff like that." And that really like just it really affected me that whole month because I was there for a whole month. So there was literally like, no time for me to process. It was literally sudden. And that's also where regret comes from because I never really believed in regret until like I actually
So it happened.
experienced it. So there's something like I do regret eventually. So yeah, but
Well,
my mental health really got tested.
you should definitely learn from regrets. I am one of those people that I don't think I have a person that I don't speak to. Like I really don't. I mean, there might be some people that don't like me, but that's their problem. But I really don't have a family member that I don't speak to. I don't think I have. If I could forgive my mom for not being a great mom, because I didn't live with my mom, I lived with my grandmother. So if I could forgive my mother for not being part of my life, I think pretty much anything, unless you do something to my kids, and then it's over. But if as long as I don't like you, you did this, you did that, you're my man. I know you for 30 years. You're gonna still hang on that. If you don't want to talk to me, all right, cool. I see you in the streets. I say hello. I still say hello to you.
Yeah.
So I don't really let things like that bother me, unless you really affect my kids, and then I think that's where the line is drawn. Um, I think similar to you. I had my father-in-law just recently passed away, and he was a big part of our life, especially my wife's part because my wife was going through cancer and all that. He was always there for her. So him not being there for her means that she don't have another person to reach out to. I work a lot of hours, so it's been like really hard. And just not having that person there for the kids and for her even to speak, just to speak to or go shopping with or go get pizza, whatever it was, it made it always easier to know that he was there. And now that he's not is a big issue. Um, and then I just told you I think before we started the podcast, my little Bella is gonna get operated tomorrow, and that's just been on my head like for 2 days. So I can't really focus on too much. So I'm glad that you guys at least get me talking about it. I don't know if a lot of people know my business because I really, when I come in here, I'm just like happy guy and goof off and stuff like that. And I think that's what I need to move like on a daily basis. That's just the way I operate. Some people are sad. Some people are by themselves. I just need the being around people and communicating to make me feel all right. But I think Dolly, do you have a story? Because Dolly, if you don't, we're jumping right into this.
Um, I could just say that just jumping on the mental health, more on like just how my year started. Like you see when you just put your year's resolution on how you want your year to start and
Yeah,
how you make certain goals, either like spiritual or just like things that you want to
accomplish.
accomplish. And my year started off very good, I would say, but then it really took a turn on like my mental health, and that goes with like coming from divorced parents that are still kind of dealing with
The breakup
yeah,
and person not being
like
there.
it's been a couple of years, but then something, it was like a wound that I had healed. It kind of just like opened up, and it was hard at the beginning of the year dealing with that, and not speaking to like my biological dad for like a very long time till this day. It's been kind of like a very sensitive thing to me. Sometimes it's like see things that remind me of him, and it's like, I go all over, like I be sad, but I got through a lot of things, and I feel like I like the mental space I'm on
No,
right
no,
now.
you're on,
Okay,
I'm not
sorry.
kicking you off.
And yeah, but it's been a really like rough year
It's been
overall.
challenging.
Yeah, not like how everybody kind of expected, and that goes as well as my
I actually
husband.
have a good story from the pandemic. My dad, my real dad, he got sick, and there was no way he could go home. After they released him from the hospital, his wife was like, "I'm not dealing with him." So he came to live with me. So he lived with me, my daughters, and my wife. And this is in the beginning of the pandemic. So we wasn't going outside. I had to take care of an old man. I never lived with my dad in my life. So it was the beginning was challenging, but then it became kind of cool because my daughters got to spend some special time with him, and we watched TV shows together. I started asking him about the war because he was in the war. He never liked talking about it. Just in general, conversation. We gave him a haircut. My daughters helped me shave him. Just little things that he's always gonna remember. And it was only like 2.5 months, but it's changed our relationship. My dad calls me probably almost every day, and before I wouldn't hear from my dad maybe once a year, and we live close to each other. And he'd just be like, "Oh, you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing." But now it's not like that. It doesn't feel like that. And this has been the last few years. I would say at least more than 5 or 6 years. When my son started playing football, he became part of it. He was always there and stuff like that. And I think that when my girls were born, he definitely dedicated, more time to his grandkids. I think also maybe that's a lot of the regrets that they have, as they get older. He's almost 80. Well, he just turned 80 now. So he's 80. He knows that time is not ticking in his favor. So he's making sure that he's always at, birthday parties, Christmas. If I invite him over right now, he'll come over quick. So he's making sure that he pays a little more attention to to his memory and to what we're gonna remember him as. So yep, that's a lot going on. That's mucho. This is a serious podcast. Can we make this a happy podcast now? It just got real deep.
It is a
I need to
serious
change. I need to wake up and change this. Let's talk about what we do at work or something. The challenges that we have here at work. Um, I've been having a challenge with in after school, not really in summer camp, but with the younger group this year.
Oh my God,
Um,
yes.
with the younger group, and to tell you the truth, with the
Yes,
older
yes,
group.
yes.
Everyone in between is fine, but the younger group needs a lot of attention, which we have to focus on. So our classes that are 45 minutes sometimes take 20 minutes to get them
Just
focused
settled,
and
yeah.
settled, and 15 or 20 minutes of just class. So that's been different. The older ones are trying to get over, so they're just in a different level. They know they're doing wrong, but they're just trying to get over. Michael, today's not the day. Um, so they're just trying to get over, and that's sad because they've been here for a while. But they like always, like every year, we get them under control. Suspensions, kicking them out of classes. They know how it is, and hopefully we don't got to go to that routine. But that's been my challenge with them so far. I don't know how you guys are dealing with it.
I think for me with art, definitely I would say the younger kids are more of a challenge because you sit certain ones next to each other and then
Oh
you
yeah,
separate them. They're all so hyper, and just trying to get them all in one room, all focused, listening to you is really challenging. And then also trying to explain the artwork to them and how it's supposed to be, and all of them need my undivided attention at the same time. And there's like 20 of them all tapping me because they need my help. So that's definitely been an adjustment because we definitely have more 6-year olds now than we did
in summer
last
camp.
year, yeah, and
Oh,
in summer camp. definitely way
Yeah.
more. It's
I,
a big
I
adjustment.
think people were waiting for school to start so they could start sending them
Ship
to
them off.
shipping them out. You
Yeah.
know, the last 2 years school was different, so they after school was different and stuff like that. But I think now that the school system has no money, that's the truth. They got no money. All these free programs that they used to offer, it's over.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, "Oh my God, I need a babysitter. I need somewhere to take these kids." And guess what? Kids Bay Boys and Girls Club is that place. So that's where they're shipping everybody. So we're getting a lot more students this year than the last 2 years. So that's one of the things. I guess what about you guys? I mean, you do a lot of tutoring, so you get to speak to them one on one. So
Yeah, I get to, know different people from different ages, and I'm usually in group 7, so I already know, like, and with the little babies, the first floor. But sometimes I do get older kids, and at first sometimes it is really hard because sometimes there is a lot of kids actually get a lot of homework, even though school just started.
yeah.
They're getting a lot of homework from different like classes, and it's hard sometimes, and I just be thinking like, how do teachers do this? Because I have to be in so many different
Well,
places.
I mean, you're still a student too, so you have to keep it real. 2 years there was no school. I mean, people say, "Oh yeah, we had we had homeschooling and we had this," and for 2 years there was no school because we honestly, as people that maybe you don't know as much as I do, administrators and stuff like that, these 2 years we just washed them away. They didn't care about attendance. They gave you whatever the government said the minimum they had to give you. If you turn on your laptop and showed your face for 2 seconds, you were
Yeah.
marked present. Like it was ridiculous. So when you really talk to these kids, think of it as 2 years of no education. Because a lot of the parents that are asking for help now, they couldn't help them during those 2 years. Or they still
Yeah.
had to work. Or they still had to do other things. So no one was sitting there when this young kid came from another country or from Puerto Rico or something like that and sat there and taught them. No, it wasn't there. So they don't even know how to sit around each other. You have to
Yeah.
remember, like group number 1, they're 6 years old. There were 4. They didn't have kindergarten. They didn't have pre-K. All of a sudden, they in a
Yeah.
class that's organized, and they're like, PlayStation, where's that? Like they're worrying about the things that kept them occupied. They don't know what it is. So we have to be a little patient with them because of that. That can't be just we're going to suspend you. It has to. We have to understand that as I still call ourselves educators, that we have to be a little patient with them. And that should make us drive better too. That should make us feel like, hey, you know what? We're gonna help these kids. We understand they're at a disadvantage right now, and that should also motivate us. It motivates me. It motivates me. I'm blessed that my children didn't go through it, but I understand that there was many that didn't have that luxury like mine. So that's a something that we should be happy about when we have a kid and we be like, remember when you were 6 years old and now you 8? Look at you now. And we have that, then that builds a good relationship, within the community.
Yeah.
This is a long podcast. I feel like I talked a lot. I do appreciate you guys. I wanted to test out all my equipment. Saturday we have this big event. We all working.
Yes.
Right? We all,
Yes.
we all in there?
Yes, very
What y'all
much.
doing over there?
Well, I'm doing a STEM station, so they're making lava lamps.
Ooh. Oh yeah, they told me to take some equipment in my car. You better not spill in my car.
It's all sealed.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problems. Because
You taking that van or?
No. I think I like my top down. Yeah.
And if the equipment
Nobody's gonna
flies
fit there.
out,
You know, you gotta take some stuff.
some of
over
those
there,
boxes
right?
are open. If some stuff fly out, you gotta keep the
yeah.
top up.
That's not my problem. I put a screen that covers it so it looks pretty, and then I open it up and it's tough all over the place. I have all stuff all over the place.
I think you got
What
LA.
are you doing, Nicole? What's your?
So I'm gonna
Your
be doing
station.
an art station, and I'm gonna be making dream catchers. So I have these really big, like wooden circular things, and I have a bunch of yarn, and we're gonna make dream catchers.
Okay. I hope you have a big one for me because I have a lot of dreams, and I haven't caught none of them. my dreams seem to be going through the net. No problem. What are you doing, youngin? What are you doing over there? This is not your first one, right?
It is actually
It
because
is.
of COVID.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. You're newcomers. Oh, this. I have a whole bunch under my belt. I have too many of these events. I like events. Do you guys get scared of the boss when you see him?
No, I mean me personally, no.
Okay, What about you? You probably don't
But I
even know.
should be.
You probably don't even know who he is. You get
Yes, I
scared?
do.
Not Sinclair.
No,
Sinclair's not scary.
no.
Sinclair, sometimes he could be scary.
I've only met. You're talking about Dan?
Yeah.
I only met him for a friend's
Mhm.
party, but he seemed pretty cool.
Okay.
Not intimidating to me.
Oh yeah, and he was in a good mood that day. He is intimidating to a lot of people. I find that when he's here, I'm happy.
But the pressure is on.
Yeah, well, the pressure should be on, but I find it happy because I get to have 10 minutes with him talking, so I don't have really that. I'm not scared, but for the new people, he could be scary. Like he walks around, he just looks at you side to side, and he won't say nothing to you. And he'll go downstairs, and all of a sudden you gotta can you come downstairs, please? You're like, oh my God, what did I do? So I've been there. I've been there, one time, but I don't get that anymore. I don't get the jitters anymore. I actually laugh and have a good time with him.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But he'll be there. Everybody that's important will be there. Right? All the senior staff will be there. We're at Randall, so that's a big thing. The whole street is closed. A lot of kids. They
I'm
do some
excited for
they do
some food.
giveaways. My kids usually come too, like after when we start. So it's a good day. It's a good day for the community to see all the stuff that we do. The dancers do their dances. This is the first time I do a podcast, so this will be different. I've never done one over there. Every time that we were gonna do one, it was like, no, don't bring that out. And then the pandemic hit, and we didn't do it. And now I'm walking around with this like a jukebox. It's going over there, so we'll have fun with that. Pretty soon we'll have some other how you call it, clubhouses doing podcasts. So we bought equipment for Randall. We bought equipment for Castle Hill, I think, and Throsneck.
And
So-
we have people over there that are gonna run that, or they're
No.
gonna have you.
We have nobody yet.
Oh,
So it's either we're working on two things: either me jumping around, or me teaching them. So that's where we at right now. So we'll figure it out. But hopefully we'll have. I'd rather me just teach them and have
Yeah.
somebody that wants to do it, a fresh view. Because if I gotta go everywhere and do it, then it's not a challenge for me. Because I think it's easy for me already to do it. But for other people to learn it and do all the steps that I do, that's what I want to see. So hopefully we'll do that. But
it's interesting.
so it'll be fun, and extra money for us, for the people that are in it for money, to buy sneakers and stuff like that. Bad Bunny
I've been in
tickets,
for college.
Bad Bunny tickets,
So I'm feeling
And,
some subs being thrown.
yeah, and,
Very
I don't
much.
know.
and a little, maybe Yankee game or something like that
Oh, wow.
coming up.
They're too expensive right now.
I'm trying to get some
You know-
And
tickets.
it's not the best people playing right now, though.
What?
What do you mean it's not the best people playing? Could you please leave this podcast? The Yankees are playing. That's the only best people that you need.
Literally, everybody's
but I'm
like
saying
fiending
against
for
them.
tickets to watch Judge hit
I ain't gonna lie to you.
61.
My hope right now is that the Mets lose 2 games, so they lose first place. I'm a hater. That's just the way I am. I'm like that. So I just want you to be aware of it. So I'm hating all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's any team that's New York that has
I know that for
blue
sure. I
and
know.
orange, I hate them. Knicks I hate. Islanders I hate. And who else is that blue and orange? And the Mets I hate.
Hate is such a strong
Yeah,
word.
I
Why
was
do you
just
think
thinking
that?
that.
It's not even a dislike. I think it's more of the fans. Islanders I could deal with, but Met fans I hate the fans. They're very disrespectful, and then we also beat them in the
Okay,
in the World
but-
Series.
Okay, I'm more of a Yankee person, but truly, you go to a Yankee game, they're all gonna be drunk there. They're all gonna be
It
drunk.
depends where you sit.
Yeah, depends
Yeah.
who you
The
sit.
bleacher creatures are some interesting people.
No, yeah.
I've had good seats,
definitely.
and I've taken myself. You pay some good money, so you
Yeah.
might want to see some of the game. But Met fans, I can't do it. And Knick fans, I can't even deal with Knick fans. I've walked out of Knick games before. So, all right, guys, you gave me a whole solid 30 minutes. You got a whole hour worth of your money. So I'm gonna let y'all go. This is Project. Give a little lesson to these kids, and thank you for making me smile and keeping my mind off of whatever I got to do for half an hour. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
You can say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Y'all got some weak buys.
Bye.
That's what I'm talking about.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
I forgot to call Britney. Hurt me. We should get back on phone. All right, we out of here. Part 2. We calling Britney.